There's a loser by the name of Hunter Avallone that I made a video about giving criticism to, and he cried ever since, trying to smear my name. I predicted the whole thing with his wife leaving him and going and finding some people that look like me. I mean that like as in literally, she went and found ugly versions of me. Like it was a bunch of big black dudes. I mean, it's crazy because he would like try to call out Sneeko for a lot of cuck behavior, and it's really unfortunate that all those details got released, that he was okay with her doing the 5-man. She's about to get the 555 deal. She's about to get the $5 foot long. I could keep going, but I'm going to chill out with the 5 punchlines. But yeah, fam, she was out here getting nasty, and he's just been taking out his anger on anyone who seems like they have a conservative opinion or just not a woke liberal opinion. He takes his anger out and goes crazy. He did a reaction to Candace Owens and Fresh and Fit, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see some tears. So let's check this out, man. Let's watch the cry baby, the big man baby. We're not going to watch this full video. Go and watch it on his channel.
Candace Owens, ladies and gentlemen, recently went on Fresh and Fit. And I know we've been covering Fresh and Fit a lot. Covered Myron Gaines recently looking unhinged as debating that lady. We covered them getting exposed for being pretty blatantly anti-Semitic on the H3 podcast. Now Candace Owens has joined the lot.
I said something referring to the other topic that we covered. Go and check out the live stream so you know what we're talking about. Wow, he said, "Pray for me, brother," was about Struggle Jennings and this dude. Wow. That makes mad sense now. It actually makes mad sense. And I was hearing that Struggle tried to pull up on their house and whatnot.
Because stupidity, it attracts other stupidity.
What about you? You also put career first.
No, I put career first.
Why a career over a man for you?
Just because
because
my experience with men hasn't been the best. And the way that I was raised, you don't depend on a man, because at any time I'm not comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, fully depending on a man. At any time he could tell you to get out of his house, he could tell you anything. So I always want to make sure that I have my own regardless. Like
I be telling young men the same thing. Hey, if you depending on a chick you living with her, at any moment's notice, she can tell you to get out the house on some old school television show shit, or try to make you sleep on the couch or something stupid like that. You gotta be in a doghouse.
That's first.
That makes complete and total sense. That yes, it gives you a sense of independence, especially because if you are fully reliant on the man, then yeah, he could just decide one day, you know what, I don't really want you here anymore. Bye.
Secondly, he will come first, you know, or he'll come second. Right? Just because I don't care how much money you have. Like if I truly love you and all that, I don't care how much money you have. Like that doesn't matter to me. As far as my lifestyle goes, I tell my men everything up front. Like
Candace,
this is what I do. I'm a dom. I'm a dancer. I'm a sexologist.
Can you tell me what a sexologist is?
She's a dom.
I'm very interested. Yeah. It's burning question inside of me as I was sitting here.
So basically, style goes, I tell my men everything up front. Like,
say I'm a dom.
This is what I do. I'm a dom. I'm a dancer. I'm a sexologist.
She's a dom. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. All right. He's not going to point this out, right? But it sounds like she says she's a dom. I am into something called BDSM, right? People assume the craziest things. If you actually look into it, it has a variation of a lot of stuff, right? I am what you call a dom. Now, you see how we both said the same thing of you don't want to live with the other person because at any moment's notice, they can kick you about it. That's usually a dom way of thinking. You don't want to depend on people. You want to be the one that's like the strong one and yada, yada, yada. Right. But that's just depending on your dynamics, right? Usually a dom would want to go for somebody who is submissive, right? I only date submissive women. She probably is only into submissive men. She would love her Hunter Avalon. He a bitch. I'm joking. I'm not trying to disrespect submissive men. That's a choice. You do whatever you want to do. No judgment. We don't kink shame over here. But I don't think he's going to point that out in any way, shape, or form. That would direct this entire conversation if I was interviewing this person. because I would know that, for one, you can't hit them with the regular type of logic of what you would think a submissive woman is going to say or think.
Can you tell me what a sexologist is?
I was going to ask.
I'm very interested.
Thank you.
Yeah. This burning question inside of me as I was sitting here.
So basically,
Thought she was going somewhere else there. The burning thing. Can you tell me what a sexologist is? You know, I have this burning sensation when I pee. I thought maybe you would know. Can you help me?
I will honestly say a sexologist is basically a therapist, if like to really like break it down, because I have to study people, I have to read body language. But honestly, being a sexologist, so to speak, it's just people just talking to people. Like I do lifestyle parties.
So I'm a guy or a girl and I call you when I need
sex.
Advice on sex?
No. It could be advice.
help.
It could be a way of direction. A lot of people have sexual fantasies, for one. They have sexual things that they want to do with their partner, whether it's a girlfriend, whether it's a husband, whether it's a wife, whatever. But the main thing that people are afraid of is rejection.
I actually looked into that's an actual study, right? So I'm not going to like try to say that she's like a demon or something for studying that. I would say that a lot of people will use that study as an excuse for them to be promiscuous, and that is wrong. So there can be people that have certain things like anxiety and struggle within the bedroom and certain things. If you was to talk to one of these type of therapists or sexual therapists, you probably could find the solution to your problem, more than likely, especially if you have a hard time communicating with your partner. Now, of course, you should be able to communicate with your partner, but what if you had bad experiences? A lot of people have had things that could be seen as traumatic, right? And the normal person wouldn't even see it as such, right? Say, for instance, if one of your first times being into relationships where whether you're a male or a female, either something happened where the person laughed at you or something crazy, that's wild. There's certain people that would probably mess with them, with their mental, to where they wouldn't feel secure in themselves, and they'll have extreme amount of insecurities while indulging in certain activities with their partner. And you probably want to see a therapist that's dedicated to that aspect of helping you guys communicate and get through it, and maybe even make certain things better. So it could be in things like advice or anything along the lines of just helping you communicate and have a better experience. But once again, a lot of people will use things like that for a reason to be promiscuous. Like, why is that being listed in a plethora of other things that has nothing to do with the study of how to be more comfortable while engaging in sexual activity? And I do think that is something that would be fixed if we could get young men to actually do things the proper way and not go black pilled, and maybe get into the red pill earlier, right? We can knock that out the way pretty quick. But that's just what I believe.
So I teach them how to be comfortable with.
But are you just talking to them, or is there touching involved?
No, I just talk to them.
You just talk to them. So people will call you
talk.
just therapy to talk about sex.
In person is more relatable, more personal, and everything like that.
Does it happen in the club?
If they touch it, they scam it.
Okay.
No, not the club. No.
So it's just
can't
a
even fathom
therapist
that it could
that
be a real thing.
specializes in sex.
And intimacy. I wouldn't even say sex, because it's more than that. It's intimacy, it's seduction, it's bringing a spark in your marriage.
So
you know
no
what I'm
hand
saying?
jobs?
Sounds like an excuse to get hookers. No, you don't. That's the thing. You don't actually touch the therapist. There's no kind of sexual actions happening between you guys in any way, shape, or form, if it's being done the proper way. That's what I'm saying. I watched like a whole documentary about like the study of it, and I forgot these two people. They even had like a show temporarily, right? Not the actual people, but actors playing these people in real life. These I think there was like scientists or something that decided, yo, let's study this and look into it. I forgot what's the name of that damn TV show. It had like mad celebrities. Every week it would be like a new famous celebrity would be on the show, and they would be talking about certain things regarding that. But anyway, yeah, if someone's really doing it the proper way, they shouldn't be touching you in any way, shape, or form. that would be a whole different thing, right? But people would assume one thing's the other because people doing it the wrong way, I guess.
So what did you say you had?
No
degree?
one should be
Sorry.
smashing.
I'm a licensed sexologist, so basically it's kind of like having
how
a
do you
real
get
estate
licensed?
license. It's basically like becoming a real estate agent.
Okay,
so
you just get a
it's
license.
course
I didn't know there
and-
was. I honestly had never
Yeah.
heard of this.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
basically a 2-year course.
Let's
You
look
can
it
go
up.
to-
Yeah.
It is critical to examine degrees and licenses and also to pursue whether a given person is certified as a sex therapist or a sexologist. To be a real sex expert, it is necessary to hold an advanced degree, a license, and certification as a sexologist and a sex therapist and or sex educator. So yeah, it sounds like it is a real thing. It's like just a therapist that specializes in sounds like what she's saying, like intimacy related stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I hate to say I'm agreeing, but I'm not agreeing. It's just a fact. Like, that's an actual study. Anyone who's taking it and turning it into something else, that's probably why people perceive it as such. Because you get people that's just loose that would say that they're a sexologist and then not actually studying. They're just using it as an excuse to try to touch you or like just to get nasty. And then really, it's a genuine study.
Yes.
to anybody. If you want, you can pay for the course and you just take the course. That's it.
Wow.
It's
So
nothing super
Can I go to
extravagant.
DeVry?
No.
Oh,
But yeah, so that's basically what it is. Like, I just enjoy having people feel comfortable with their sexuality, feeling comfortable with whatever turns them on.
celebrating
It's
and
not just
teaching
about
evil.
sex. It's about
Now,
how
if you do it the
feel,
right way.
you know?
If you're literally going to it with your, I don't know, wife, right? And learning how to be more comfortable and maybe overcome trauma or some personal experience that you had, I don't see how that can be perceived as learning evil. But once again, I'm just end it there, right? Because I'm not trying to go back and forth about that aspect of it. Certain people could probably be using this to do what you're saying, right? I don't think that should be a representation for everything, right? The same way, well, no, that's an extreme comparison. Anything in general can be used for someone to do a lot of nasty and foul things, right? So yeah, I do believe that it is a study, and if you're using it to get over trauma and things of that nature, then like there are people that they've had certain experiences. I'm not trying to get too graphic. Let's just say Stabler and what's her name, Olivia from Law and Order SVU will probably walk up in the room, right, from hearing those experiences, and it's hard for them to engage in certain activities with their loved one because they have those past experiences that is like traumatizing to them. So in those instances, I've heard of people going to an official, I don't know how official this girl is, but a legitimate one, like the chick that used to be on MTV talking to people. I don't know if y'all remember that old lady with the glasses. She had a whole show, nigga. I don't remember her at all. Like just that, how she looked and the fact that she had a show. And she was a sexologist. Back in the day when I was young, I remember that being on MTV at a certain time, like late night. Her show would come on and she would be giving people advice. I think it was a dude too, and he would be giving people advice as well. But yeah, like I think that yes, it could be used to do something nasty for sure.
Did you grow up with your dad?
No, I did not.
But whatever.
No, I didn't.
So that maybe some of that.
Oh no. That must be why she's a sex therapist. I thought that girls who don't have dads grow up to be hoes and thoughts. I thought that's what they preach. But now she's literally a sex therapist, like an educator. I bet you didn't have a dad, huh?
I don't need a man transferred a little bit from your mom's situation.
I don't think that. I actually do not think that.
Well, you said you were raised
I was raised by my mother.
by my mother,
did
and she said,
extremely-
don't rely on a man. But I'm just saying that sometimes
She didn't
moms
say
can
it,
transfer their trauma
True, very true.
onto
I
their
agree.
children.
I do
I
agree.
agree.
However, I feel like I'm very different because I feel like it's a flaw of mine. I can be very callous, you know? So for me, I don't look at daddy issues. I don't look at that. I don't look
You
at
said
shit like that. Like,
Candace covered a story. Was it like an older story? Are you speaking on? Or are you saying that she covered something like just now?
just because I was attracted to the erotic world, it has nothing to do with my daddy. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not saying the erotic world. I just was curious
yeah.
about your perspective on men, like full stop.
On men, honestly, I give everybody a chance until they prove me wrong. So whether it's men, whether it's female, but strictly men, I will say I have not had the best experience with men. You know, I've only had one situation where I could say the man was incredible, and I ended it.
That
but
explains a lot.
Why'd you end it?
just because we had other issues, he had a lot of mommy issues, a lot of codependency issues that I just was not prepared to handle, you know.
But you said you were a dom. Okay, maybe she's not never mind. It's a whole different, it's categories. But she said she was a dom.
If I wasn't in love with him.
That makes no sense though. Outside of the BDSM world, if you're saying that you don't want to depend on a man, you independent, you can do it on your own, right? And you'd rather live like under your roof, naturally the men that would be okay with that would be the ones who were submissive though. I don't know how that's like news to her.
Anymore, I'm wasting your time. Where you can meet somebody else that can give you that time. And
you remember who I'm talking about? Dr. Ruth.
Mommy issues?
Do I have mommy issues?
No, you
Let me look this person up. Let me look this person up. Let me see. I do think that she has daddy issues though. I'm not a therapist, but I do think she has daddy issues in the sense of because she's seen her mom have to go through struggle, she feels a type of way about men. Until it was so much so where men who are dependent on women disgust her. You see, Dr. Ruth. I just want to see if the picture of this person pops up. Hell yeah. That's her. That sure enough is her. Crazy. Wow. Let me see. MTV. Let me see if I remember the show she had on MTV. It's crazy. They put her old shit on there. But yes, this woman. Let me show you guys. This woman right here. Yep. I remember her looking the same too, which is crazy. Oh yeah, I remember with the glasses, giving advice. But yes, in a sense of like someone trying to overcome trauma and whatnot, yeah, I don't think it's nothing wrong with a therapist for that.
I don't have daddy issues.
I know, man.
I don't.
So I guess when you say codependency,
I hate the other guy, like rancid and lazy over here. They're two just buffoons, and it's so
still send it to me.
embarrassing.
Still send it to me.
You have Myron, who's like the loud one, the obnoxious one, who's like,
If it's about that Nicole chick, send it to me because I need to do a documentary about that too. I'm kind of behind on the documentaries I need to have out. But yeah, send that to me if you can as well.
hoes don't know shit, dude. And then you
I'll
have
break
the other
down
guy
the
who's just
situation about
literally like the
Nicole
chuckle
and Upchurch.
in the corner who's like, so you have daddy issues, right? No. Oh, okay. He's like the biggest sniveling
Hold on.
little bitch boy I've
You
ever.
said, well, I want to point out this comment. In my opinion, sex shouldn't be celebrated or be put around children. I agree with you. I don't think that a sex therapist or a sexologist is doing that though. Right? But I agree with you. 100%. I don't think they should be talking to kids. I don't think I've ever seen a sexologist speak to children. I've seen a lot of these woke nasties try to get into that bag, but that's not what I'm speaking on right now. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that it should be around children as well as should be celebrated, right? It shouldn't be out publicly, right? Like I tell people I'm into BDSM. Am I out here getting nasty in front of y'all niggas? No, am I wearing the outfits and all this crazy shit? I'm not doing none of that. But yes, I do think that it helps people have a better understanding of themselves. But I don't think it should be celebrated or around children. Yes, I agree with you. But I don't think that that's automatically what a sexologist is doing.
Ever seen
Per se.
see, etc. Like, does that mean like he want to see you all the time? He want to hang out with you too much?
No, basically the things that he was not getting from his mother, he was looking for me to do.
Such as?
But with men have to realize I'm not your mother.
Yo, see,
Like,
What did he want you to do?
mind
What were
you,
the duties?
I don't want to keep pausing it though, but y'all saying some good points. It says on yes, I do feel uncomfortable with how much is on TV, or at least the lack of restriction for it. I think is way too crazy.
to do that you had an issue with.
No
basically
restriction.
fix his trauma that his mother created, and I just I wasn't ready for that.
Explain that.
So be there for your partner.
What does that mean?
Okay, so I'm a nurturing woman. I am.
Okay, so
No, you're not. No, you're not actually. No, you're not. How could you say you're nurturing, but you're complaining about nurturing? You're nurturing, but you're complaining about having to nurture. Then you're not nurturing. People are crazy. How could you be nurturing if you're complaining about then you're not nurturing. Stop the cat. But it is what it is.
However,
if you have a partner, you probably don't want to also feel like you're their therapist 24/7, right? Like, of course, being there for them during times of emotional turmoil and whatnot, giving them advice, helping them, whatever, all that's fair, good, and whatever. But if your job is to...
it depends on what your natural state of mind is, right? Like, I don't mind the person I'm being, or the person I'm with coming to me whenever they have an issue. I would prefer they come to me rather than a therapist, actually. I'm just being honest, right? The person I'm together with, yes, come to me for everything. Everything. Like, what?
But that's because making it sound like mommy them, just taking care of them to that extent, then yeah, you didn't sign up for this. Not to mention, Fresh and Fit literally make this argument because they say, well, girls with daddy issues, what do they have? Baggage and trauma and problems. That's what they all say.
They do.
Or girls that have a lot of bodies. I don't even know. Maybe it's both. Either way, they say that lowers a woman's worth, having baggage, having trauma. Now this woman's saying, well, this guy had a lot of baggage, a lot of trauma, and I just was not cut out to deal with it. And they're what? That's bad? That's weird now? They're going to...
But you disagreed with Fresh and Fit when they said that, right? Which would mean that you disagree with her, right? So how about we actually call out the person talking? Like, you try to just divert your energy anywhere but the person that's talking. She sounds hypocritical. Call her out.
They're going to make fun of her? They're judging her for it? It's ridiculous.
So his mother never told him that he loved her, nothing like that. But when it came to like certain views, he kind of expected me to do what his mother would do, and I'm not your mom. Even as a fiance, girlfriend, whatever, I'm still not your mom.
But like specifically, what would his mother have done? Like, give me one example of a
That's
task.
what I'm trying to get to. Okay.
Like, was he like, read me a story before bedtime? Like, tell me Santa's real.
Okay, so basically, his childhood trauma, he wasn't told that he loved, like, he wasn't told by his mom that she loved him and shit like that. I mean, stuff like that. I'm sorry. Stuff like that. But it was like his mom was very mean to him.
So it's too much for you to...
Even though he's looking at me for that nurturing effect, I'm still not your mom. You want that from your mom. I can't give that. So
he wanted affection, and him wanting affection was too much for her. Oh my gosh, that's insane. That's it. You want your mom. That's not a mommy issue, right? You can't... Right, you're gonna have to give me more than a fiance wanting affection from his partner. Like, do you even know your love language?
Oh, I love you saying I love you.
Yeah, like I can tell you I love you, but I'm not your mom telling you I love you, if that makes sense. Like, it's not the same thing. Like, even though I love that man completely, I'm still not your mother saying it. I don't know if that
Did he want you to like pretend to be his mom, or you just wanted to say I love you?
No, not
like, you're not trying to follow this. I tell my husband I love him the whole time.
It's so hard to explain. Like,
watching the conservative brain cells try and navigate nuance is one of the most painful endeavors. I'm pretty sure I'd rather hear somebody just take their long, sharp nails and scratch a chalk.
So explain what she's saying then. Explain what she's saying, expert. Because she's not actually saying anything. That's the point of what Candace is asking her. I could just tell she's not actually saying anything. We've listened to her see her talk about, oh, he wanted me to be the mommy, and how? He wanted me to say I love you. Oh my gosh, stop the presses. He had a huge trauma. How dare he want his fiance to love him?
Chalkboard for like 20 minutes before I listen to more of this.
Like
everybody with more than 3 brain cells can tell that, yeah, if you have mommy issues and you were never told that, you were loved by your mom, well, now you're looking to a partner to fulfill those issues and that void that was never fulfilled by a parental figure. And I can say I love you and do these things, but it will never be the same as your mom, and I can't fix you.
How do you know that's what he's seeking, though? Like, just because he said that he wants to be told I love you?
I don't know if you remember that saying.
I can be callous in certain ways, but if I love you, I'm not callous. No, it's if I don't like you, I can be callous.
So you probably
or I just want your money type
Did he want more
situation.
affection that you didn't give
I gave him a lot of affection, but the fact that it didn't come from his mother, that's the type of affection that he was missing, that he expected me to bring. But I'm not your mom. I can't give you that
explaining
affection.
how.
I don't know what that.
So it was
they want
hard.
a hard example. You're just saying in general.
You didn't know what that means either, huh, Hunter? Right. No one does, because she's not actually saying nothing stupid. And you defended her.
Which is the
I'm
problem
not
here.
saying in general. I'm literally saying like, okay, I'm your wife, right? I love you. As my husband, I love you,
Well,
right?
not me, but yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I'm not your mother
Yeah.
saying I love you. But you're looking at me like I wish you were my mother saying I love you. I
he
can't
say
be your
that?
mom. I can only tell you I love you.
Did he say that? Like, how do you know that's what he wanted? That don't make no sense.
So he wanted breast milk, but you gave him your milk.
I gave him titty milk. I'm not your mom.
Got
Like, I
Tomato,
can't.
tomatoes.
I can't be your mother. Basically, you're looking for a mothering thing, and I'm your wife. I'm not your mom.
Candace, you want to explain
So
this
it's
bullshit?
two different kind of loves, basically. Like there's a difference between a mother
you
loving.
Do you think that's something that could have just been talked through versus getting rid of a guy that was treating
I
you
didn't
well?
get rid of him for that. I didn't get rid of him for that.
That's the number one thing you brought up.
She wasting our time.
I mean,
That is what
okay,
you said.
so I know
She's
it is. I
wasting
know,
our
right?
time.
It is. I'm sorry.
Let me guess. He cheated.
Huh? No, he didn't.
No?
He was
Okay.
actually the first guy that I never.
Hunter, quiet as hell, bro. He quiet as hell when she just full of crap right now.
had suspicions of him cheating. To this day, he loves me. You know what I'm saying? But the emotional baggage that he was putting on me, I was like not ready for it. I really was not ready for it. And I was just being honest. Like, I love you, but I'm not ready for you.
So you said that you were putting your career first also because you had bad
Yes.
experiences
Yeah, it
with men,
seems like
right?
she's just afraid
Do
of
you think
commitment.
those bad experiences are directly attributed to your line of profession?
Yes, I do.
No.
Absolutely.
Accountability.
So wouldn't it be fair to say that like maybe you've just experienced bad men from your workplace?
No, because I wasn't always doing what I was doing.
Okay.
I do think in some ways I may be too independent, honestly, because not on purpose. I don't want to emasculate my man ever, and I never will.
Okay.
But the way that I was raised, I kind of tell the man like, I don't need you, but I'm not saying in the sense of like, you're not shit, basically.
Okay.
Like, I'm just saying like, I have my own if you decide to leave tomorrow.
Which is, I actually wanted to cut to her because you kind of gave a little face when she said like she puts her man first.
Yes, I
So-
don't agree with that.
You don't agree that you made a face?
No, I don't agree with putting a
Oh, you
man
don't agree with
first, no.
putting a man first. Okay, so can you elaborate?
Yes, I don't agree with putting a man first because when he leave you, then what? What you gonna have? What you gonna have? If you put your all into a man will leave you with shit and bricks. Can I say shit? I'm sorry.
No, you good. You-
A
go
man
ahead.
will leave you with nothing but shit and a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have
Sound
your
like
own
it hurt.
everything. So why would I put a man first?
Sorry, when you
this
say
is my
sorry,
life?
I'm so not
Oh,
cool.
no.
When you say shit,
sorry.
when you say shit and a bag,
So this is the kind of person they're looking for. I like how they just moved off the other lady who wasn't really saying like anything that they could really weaponize or attack.
She wasn't saying anything. So anything that would be said to her would be attacked because she didn't say a damn thing. So they moved on. Did it hurt your feelings, nigga?
They're just kind of like, okay, she's
Nigga's
whatever, but you know,
crazy.
but like, let's move on to someone else. And now this lady's just giving them everything they want. Oh man.
Yeah.
could you just slow that down for me? I promise you, I'm like, I am so not hip.
When I mean shit in the bag, I mean like your stuff in the bag and you on your way. He already got the next girl in the
Yeah,
house. Like, I don't
exactly.
play those type of games.
Okay,
Exactly.
so
Homegirl been watching too many Tyler Perry movies.
you guys are specifically talking about, so you're assuming people just don't get married because obviously the court systems favor women. Actually, women will get everything if a guy
No,
gets up
but
and
I'm
leaves.
Why?
Okay, so
So I heard somebody
No,
else say
that's
like,
facts.
oh, like the house and blah, 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 and then you'll have nothing. I'm like, actually,
But
in
not
the
even
current
to that
environment of what
extent.
happens to men in courtrooms, you'd have pretty much everything.
but the man gotta want to marry you. These men ain't
Yeah,
getting
So
married
that's
these
it. You're
days.
talking
They're
about,
not marrying
so you're
people.
basically saying like you could potentially be with a person that doesn't want to marry you,
Yes.
but you should just never be with a person that doesn't want to marry you, was what I would say. Like if
Yes.
you're talking to a guy and he never wants to
True.
marry you,
Why are y'all
then that's a
together?
really,
That's why I ended my last relationship. I
Yeah.
felt like we were together for too long, and I asked him like, "Hey, do you foresee us getting married? Do you see us continuing on?" And he was like, "No." Straight up, no, but it's okay.
That's
I'd rather
funny.
he was be honest.
Yeah,
like,
that's
no.
true.
Nah, at least he was real. As far as me, I don't believe in marriage in general because I don't want the government involved in my stuff. I don't want the government involved in my stuff, bro. That's just how I am.
At least he told you.
Like, no, for real, for real. Not even taking no her body, and I was just
My
like,
nigga said,
okay,
nigga,
baby.
Baby, I love you.
But there's
fine.
two parts to that.
So
There's
you
two
guys are
parts to
painting
that,
a
though.
picture of not needing a man, but actually it's a circumstance where it's a specific kind of relationship where the guy doesn't want to marry the woman. Because I mean, if a guy said, yes, I do want to marry you, then you wouldn't have this perspective of like, I'm not putting a man first, right?
I would never put a man first because even though this is my life, you know what I'm saying? This is my life.
But if you were married,
if I was married, I still want to put my husband first.
Damn!
It's my life.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Okay, so this is how I feel. I feel like
Wait, do you think that in a partnership that the partner should be putting you before themselves? Like, there's a time in which that's good to do, of course, like showing selfless behavior, of course, being selfless, you know, giving up things that maybe you want sometimes for your partner because, you know, they really like this thing. You don't really care about this movie, but, you know, they really like it. So you'll compromise and go see it with them anyway, whatever. That's fine and dandy. But if you're talking about your career, then yeah, you should not be expecting someone to put like you even above every goal they have or every goal they have within their career. Ideally, you should be able to fit into their goals and you should not be at odds with it. You're making it a dichotomy. You're making it like, do you choose me?
Is that why your wife chose to get a train? Oh, my bad. How can I say that in a PG way? Is that why your wife left you to engage in activity with 5 strangers that she's never met before who all look like nasty, washed up versions of me? It was like they cloned me and then a bunch of Bizarro me's came out like Bizarro Superman. She chose Bizarro Beast Boy over you. Yeah, I don't think we should be taking advice from you, Pimp.
Or your career. It could be both.
take care of
How many girls
yourself.
agree with her? Just out of curiosity. How
I
many
halfway agree with her.
Okay.
Halfway.
Anybody else agree?
okay, because I just feel like that could be why he doesn't want to get married, right? If you're saying like, even if we get married, I'm putting myself first and I'm not putting you first. If I was a dude and I heard that, like I would definitely say, okay, then
But
I'm
it's
not going to
also
marry
about
you.
coming together. You know what I'm saying? It's also about a union. And I'm saying, what I'm saying is there's a lot of people, there's a lot of people nowadays that doesn't understand what a union is.
Well, if you,
And-
but I would argue potentially that you're that person because you just said if we got married, I would still put me first. That's
Would he
not a
put me
union.
first, though? Would a man put his wife first?
Yes.
So you should always
Yes.
what I'm saying is I feel like you should always put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to a
Okay.
guy, you
How would
shouldn't
he
put a
be-
guy over yourself. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so I would offer that in a
sounds
very
bugged out.
productive marriage. There is no I versus. It's just we. Like I am
It is
in.
a team effort, right? I'm the coach, though. I'm the head coach. But it is a team effort. So, yes, I do think that it takes being selfless. Even small things, like watching a trash-ass TV show or a movie that you got no interest in at all. In fact, it creeps you out a little bit. The fuck was that moving snake shit? Anyway, but you still endure it because you care about the person and it's important to them and they wanted to share it with you. Why he look so mad right now? What is nigga? Why is he so... Yo, you can't tell me this nigga don't look so mad. Hold on. Why he look so mad? Yo, what did Candace do to you, sir? She didn't say nothing. This nigga look disheveled. His hair is a mess. Yo, his everything is a mess. This nigga look a mess. And they try to clown me for my hoodies. Look at this nigga, his wrinkled ass shirt. He's sitting there looking disheveled and stressed. He got the couch behind him that he sleep on. Nigga playing video games. This nigga is struggling, boy. Why is he so upset? Calm down, Hunter. This nigga
A
mad as hell.
partnership, a team, me and my husband. The concept of putting me first, even saying that just sounds so crazy to me in a marriage. Like I've never thought it once. It's just, it's us, it's the kids, it's
Turn
our
my head,
family.
my neck's on
Like
her.
What? Okay, there's times when it's okay to prioritize yourself,
Look at the
you know.
big screen.
In fact, it's good. If you have a partner who doesn't want you to ever do that, then you have other issues, my friend.
I becomes we. And so I would just say like
don't know what
maybe
you're
when
talking
you
about.
put that out there to a guy, like I, then they say, okay, maybe this isn't marriage material because she's telling me that even if I give her everything and I have the potential, then the risk of losing everything, that she still would not make any sacrifices in her life. And
I can agree with what you're saying. I can agree with your statements. But what I'm saying is I haven't came across a traditional man.
I told you guys, his wife left him, so he just been sitting here crying ever since. That's why he's sitting here crying, because he a loser. He's a beta. And he a simp.
Like that as of now. So I'm going to focus on myself.
And he used his girlfriend, his current girlfriend, as a human shield when her ex came in there with the blammy. Came in with the blammy, with the blicky. Start going crazy. And he was like, take her first. Take her first. Ah. That's what he did. He held her as a human shield in front of him. Ah. This footage of this. This actual footage of this, by the way, guys, I'm not making that up.
Oh, that's fine. I just wanted to highlight that it's a specific kind of man that you're talking about. The guy doesn't want to get married, but also fair. If you're saying the same thing, you're attracting that specific kind of a person. Do you know what I mean? If you're like, I'm all about me, and he's like, okay, cool, I'm all about me too.
Can I backpack off that?
Yeah, go ahead. I told my husband like day one, I want to get married.
I've been in,
you know what I mean? I was like, no games. It's a we. When are we getting married? When are we having kids?
Right,
we.
I can agree with that, but then some people have different goals from other.
Yikes. On like day one, like pretty much first date or something, it's like, yeah, we're getting married, okay? And you're going to have my babies. He's literally in the basement, chained up right now.
But then some people have different goals from other. My number one goal is to be a star, not to be married.
Okay. Fair. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying if that might be why you're not getting married.
I don't
care.
date that chick.
It's feeding each other.
I really don't.
Yeah, which is fine.
I would never date that chick. I don't even want to date chicks that's into entertainment. You know how many female YouTubers and try to holler at me, boy? A lot, actually. And then once I turn them down multiple times, they get embarrassed and ashamed and start trying to destroy my career and spread lies on me. I remember there's one chick, she was crying online because I didn't text her back. She never had my number. I had a text or call type of list for my fans, right? So whenever I had like an update or say like I got suspended from YouTube, which used to happen all the time, I would send out like an alert and all my fans would get a text message. Hey, BXB Spoiler suspended. Won't be able to upload videos for like a week or so. She used that to try to text me back, which I don't. Or didn't when I had that service, received text back, and then started crying to make it seem like I was an evil person on live stream. And it's like, what the hell are you even talking about? I didn't even know what she was talking about. Crazies. But what about the chick that tried to do a voodoo spell on me on her YouTube channel?
Can I just a question real quick? Who's your role model in the rap game?
Onika Tanya Mirage.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, is that her?
Real role model.
Yeah.
Onika. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Tanya Mirage.
How many girls actually want to get married?
He said in the broadcasting game, right? He said, who's your idol in the broadcasting game? And that's who she said, Nicki Minaj. Let me hear that one more time.
Up right now.
And then some people have different goals from other. My number one goal is to be a star, not to be married.
Okay. Fair. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying if that might be why you're not getting married.
Yeah, I don't care to get married.
Yeah, it's just it's feeding each other.
I really don't care to get married.
Which is fine.
Can I just a question real quick? Who's your role model in the rap game?
Onika Tanya Mirage.
Oh, he said the rap game. Okay, he said the rap game. That was kind of a setup question. Who was she going to say? The positive female rappers don't get promoted. Like, what was her name? Rhapsody? She don't get promoted, right? Yeah. So that was kind of like a setup question.
And real role model.
Yeah. Onika. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Mirage.
How many girls actually want to get married on the panel? Real quick. Oh, everybody. What?
It's too late.
Everybody? Okay. All right. Just out of curiosity. All right. So for you, you said that you're putting career first. Question for you. Do you think after putting your career first, being a dancer, being involved in the work that you're in, that you're going to find your dream man at the end of the line?
Yes. Because my career doesn't define me. Because my career doesn't define me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a completely different woman. I can separate my business and what I do from my actual personal life.
Bro?
Right. I was just about to exit. What's funny?
In my throat. Sorry.
Career doesn't define you, but you're using it to define your relationship. So.
Educator or like a therapist specializing in like intimacy related stuff. How is that going to affect you finding a guy? Again, if you have a man who's that insecure,
what,
that you being a sex therapist is he's like, oh, I don't know. Whoa, I don't know. She might know more about sex than me.
I don't think that. Yeah, this dude is a fool. a lot of problems could arise. I wouldn't want the person I'm dating giving advice, sexual advice at that, to people that I know, right? I definitely wouldn't want that in my life. That's a
Honestly,
whole different.
Take that as a good thing that you didn't waste your time on that trash person.
Sorry, continue on.
Okay, so basically, like how she was saying, like when I do get into a relationship or an engagement, like even with my ex-fiance, I told him, I tell everybody what I do up front. Like, look, I do this, that, and the third. Do you want to be a part of it or do you not? You know what I'm saying? You can have the passwords to my phone. You can, anything to make you feel comfortable. And with my engagement, he was like, well, I don't want you to work. I don't want you to do anything. He had money. He took very good care of me. He didn't want me to work. I did like, because it's an emotional thing. I don't care about money. You know what I'm saying? Money is not a focal point for me.
Okay.
I'd rather be taken care of emotionally, you know, and feel safe. That's my biggest thing. I want to feel safe.
It's so funny that her relationship literally didn't work out because the guy was acting the way that Fresh and Fit say men should act. Who cares about women's emotions? Whatever. They're all just hysterical, blah, 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 blah. You just need lots of money. And then
she didn't care about his emotions, dum-dum. She admitted that. So if that's the case, neither one of them cared about each other's emotions.
This guy shows up, tries to throw all the money he has at this relationship issue. And what does it do? Nothing. She's like, yeah, I'm not really interested in this. Bye.
And you didn't throw money at yours and you just focused on you being a big emotional crybaby, and that didn't work out. What did she do? Choose 5 different strangers over you to do a one-time event. Chew for content. She's going to do it on personal just to have fun, and she's going to do it for the video.
It's just so ironic.
Make you feel safe, make me feel safe.
Okay.
Because money can be made, spent every day, whatever.
Do you think your job at all might be impacting how they value you?
Yes and no. I say yes because the second you hear, oh, I'm a sexologist, I'm a dancer, I'm a whatever, I decide to tell you my lifestyles. What do you think? You think escort?
That's when, if she's saying she's a sexologist and that's that, then okay, that's a little bit different. But then you add the fact that you're an escort and no. Especially if you're using the other things to increase your business as a sexologist, you're using you selling sex, then no. I'm not rocking with that. Obviously, I'll feel uncomfortable.
Or you think she's just another stripper girl type situation.
You are a stripper.
Yeah, I mean, it's honest. It's honest.
Sound like that's what she's describing.
It's honest.
This nigga. Go ahead. Keep going.
That's automatically what you think. You know, especially when you see certain girls that are in the lifestyle, being dancers, being escorts, being whatever. That's how they present and they don't care. Mm-hmm. But me, I have morals. I have values. My career does not define me. I'm a completely different woman from what I am, from what I work. Me making money has nothing to do with the woman that I am.
Yeah, get out of here.
Don't you think that what you're willing to do for work does define your value though? Like you should say like, these are not my values. I just do this for work. Like, you know, I prostitute, but these are not my values. I just do this for work. Yeah. No, I'm just giving an example here, right? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
I'm not sure that we can separate that, right?
I can. I can.
Well, you can, but I'm saying that I think for men, and I don't want to speak for men, but you're telling them what you're telling them what your values are.
Yes.
When you say I do this and I do that and I do this, right? Like if I'm like, they don't think that you're just performing per se.
I make them comfortable. Like I will tell you everything up front. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to hide anything. I'm literally going to show you everything up front. If you have any insecurities about what I do.
These guys are so traumatized. They're traumatized by women, man.
Literally what I do. That's it. That's all.
That would
just so we can run your argument to a totally separate
I wouldn't feel
career
comfortable.
path. Like if that would be like me saying,
I would not feel comfortable. Damn, I'll smash. I'd smash. Right? I've hung out with strippers before, right? On some just person just hanging out. I'm having fun. But you think and we wasn't in a strip club either. We was in their house. I didn't find out that she was a stripper until after the fact. When she started twerking on me, I was like, wait a minute. You're pretty good at that. The best part is that's a factual story. I was like, wait a minute. I was mad at my friend. He was like, you didn't know? Like, how would I know that? I don't go to strip clubs. But just us hating out. But yeah, no, I wouldn't want to date a stripper, nigga. You out your damn mind. I don't want any chick that's messing with me showing off her goods to a group of people.
I sell crack to children.
I don't understand. She said she's a sexologist. Why are they treating her like she's like an escort?
She said this nigga not listening. She named like 3 other things that she does, brother. Sexologist was one of the things that she did. She also mentioned that she was a stripper, if I'm not mistaken.
Right? But I tell you that I sell crack to children, so my values are in check because I told you that I sell crack to children.
Okay, so let me also add, if I do get into a relationship, me telling you up front what I do, if you're not comfortable with that, I will not do it.
I'm not saying that like
enough where I'm like, okay, he's worth it.
But I'm just saying, how can you separate your values from what you do? Like even that example I just gave you.
All right, that's understandable then. But I guess, so she pretty much just told us that with her last relationship, she didn't value him enough for her to quit her job, which I promise you would have probably made the relationship last.
It's easy. I can't really explain it. It's just easy. I just don't get lost in that world of being a dancer, being trapped in the erotic world. I don't get lost in it. Like I'm very like headstrong. So it's like, it's literally business. It's kind of like an actor. I can go on Seinfeld and be or friends.
She just admitted that it's an erratic world. She just admitted that it's crazy behind the scenes when it comes to strippers, right? And what they have to deal with and all that stuff. So she just admitted that. But I'm strong-minded, so I just ignore it. It's just all around me. Okay.
So whatever, and be an actor, but it completely different.
But if he doesn't feel comfortable with his girlfriend being around that.
So it's acting for me, to be honest with you.
It's pretty simple.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. Like, yeah. And then at home, I cook, I clean, I will do all the things of wifely duties, or, and I'm happy. They're happy.
So you're basically just, in your mind, you're like, I'm just 2 different people.
I am. I definitely am. Sabella and Etienne are 2 completely different people.
Keep it a bean.
What?
In the club.
Huh? In the club? I'm Sabella in the club.
Right.
At home,
and what are
Etienne.
Sabella's values?
Does Sabella smash
like
in the club?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Never did. Not but one time.
Shut up.
Back room?
You a different personality?
No, never, ever.
All right, Sabella. We're going to find out whole facts.
Go ahead.
Make a phone call?
Go ahead.
In the office?
Go ahead.
She one of them? All right. Put me off.
You want me to call? Y'all took my phone. I would call the office, but no, I've never done anything like that ever.
Okay.
If you're okay with the quality of man that's going to be left for you at the end of the road when you're done with your career and you're done prioritizing that.
That's what she just said.
Both shitty men and.
She just says she fake in the club. But then my thing is, while you in there, I guarantee your husband or boyfriend would not approve of how you're acting in the club. Especially if you're admitting that you're a whole different person. She probably in there getting crazy, but telling you, this is my job to wild out and twerk and split on men. This is my job.
Quality men. No, so it's like I've experienced both. And because of who I am, they understand that, okay, this is her career. This is what she chooses to do to make money. But she's a completely different person with me. It's not airs. It's not fronts. It's not, I'm trying to get your money.
I don't understand. Like, if she's, I guess I just don't understand to the full extent, like, what she does. I guess she's a dancer in a club, maybe. Is she like a stripper?
Yes.
Can you remind me how old you are? 27, did you say?
I'm 29.
29.
Yes.
Okay.
Is he even listening to the damn?
How old were you?
26.
26. And you said man first?
Yeah, if I have a man, yes.
Yeah, if you can find one, you would put marriage first.
It's not fine, but I mean,
I think it's a little bit like, again, there's a line there between like putting somebody first, which is a good quality to have, like showing selfless behavior, but then also being like a total pushover, right? And also like, it would be unattractive if someone like was just completely obsessed with you. Their whole life suddenly revolved around just like you, what you want to do, everything.
I would love that. But that's my personality type. I wouldn't mind, actually. Help me take over the world. And if you knew how to edit, oh, shit. Oh, man. My bad. I started just thinking, my bad.
Thing about you, you'd be like, hold up. Like, what do you like to do? What are your hobbies, you know?
I'm joking.
So I don't think that it should be like, you just give up everything for the man, which is kind of like what Fresh and Fit is sort of sounding like. But of course, there is a boundary there. There's a line there. And there are, of course, times also within relationships where you need to compromise and you need to be willing to put your partner first. None of this is bad. But if you're talking about doing this or completely neglecting your own needs all the time, then that's just not a good idea.
I would. Like, I would put that first. Yeah.
What would be a better word than fine?
He's slow as hell.
That just makes me seem like I'm out here in the streets. Just
I was. I don't think there's any shame in like wanting to find a guy, man, like wanting to find a relationship. Like I don't. Yeah, I feel like people.
Streets, man.
You should be looking
for you two. Do you guys think that you need to actively find a man, or are you just gonna find you? Just out of curiosity.
For me, you can find me. I'm fine.
They gotta
with my
find you?
dog.
Okay,
I'm fine
same
with
with
my
you?
I would like a guy to
Wait,
like
in a strip
put in
club?
the initial effort. Yeah, but I would. But
opposite.
yeah, I don't think I've ever just like gone after like be the.
I want the woman to be
What's it called?
submissive, but I still want you to show interest, right? Because I'm attracted to that. Show interest.
So seek
The
the man.
go-getter.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
you have options though, right? You have options like going out, dating stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just choose a good one.
Well, yeah. So I was kind of dating somebody, and then I just found out he like lied about his age.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Red flag.
Damn.
How old? Like too young?
No, he told me he was 36, and I just found out he's like 50.
Shit.
He's just like really good at like dyeing his beard all this.
You must age well. Oh,
I'm about
dying
to
is
say,
weird. Oh my
nah,
God.
still.
What?
Still, outside of dying his bit, he must be physically fit like a mother for him to pull that off. A 20-year difference.
Since I got kicked out of school, so like if you're at, like I didn't have a dad, but I went to college. I like had a 4.0 and a full ride scholarship, and I was doing really well, but got kicked out for a joke I made, and then that led me into the sex
What was the joke?
industry.
Please, what was
and
the joke?
it's just for me as a means to an end. It's the only thing I knew what I could do to make some money. So
And how does that impact, like, I guess, your relationship with your mom? Does she know you're on OnlyFans or no? Well, she does now. Hey, mom.
Wait, are all these girls on OnlyFans maybe? Is that the thing then? Okay, maybe that's the thing. Are all these girls just like on OnlyFans? Because we didn't start it from the
Probably are.
beginning, so
country, like they're not gonna like.
I'm done. The fuck is the point of fam? How you reacting to something and you're not even paying attention enough to know certain details that I'm knowing just from listening.
Know what this is. I hope.
Niggas garbage.
If they speak English, they might put it together.
My little brothers watch the show though, so
They
I don't
do.
know, yeah.
Okay. So would you think your mom would be,
Smart man.
No, she wouldn't like it, but
she would understand?
I think she just wants me as long as I'm in her life and like.
Was
we
she
have a
like your
relationship.
friend growing up?
She was in and out. I have like mommy issues and daddy issues. So,
Holy.
but but like now, yeah, I see her more of as a friend. But she's still like she's very like religious and very like that. So I don't talk to her about everything.
Alright.
I don't know. So, but I mean,
Yeah, I saw enough. I'm done. Because this nigga ain't saying nothing. He's just gonna say stupid stuff that I'm gonna just keep roasting because he's a fool and a nincompoop. But overall, I think that this dude's wilding. I think that that job definitely is a real job if she's doing it seriously and not combining it with her other sexual activity. That's where I think it gets muddy. Right? It's like someone saying, "Yeah, I'm a massage therapist." As well as a stripper, as well as an adult film star. Nigga, why would you make that mix? You know, you can be a legit like massage therapist and maybe get into like helping people with their like PT and recovery and muscles and stuff. But no, you don't want to turn that into an actual career. You just want to focus on the sexual aspect. I think that's strange, but that's just my personal opinion. Tell me what you think down in the comment section.